meal prepping, cooking for my OMAD fast breaking meal. I do OMAD fasting, which means eat only one time per day and fasting around 23 hours. And I've been doing that for 5 years, at least 300 out of 365 days per year for around 5 years now. Now first I want to get some packages outside my door. Let's start meal prepping for my OMAD meal. I have a live stream ready to go here. See if I get a guest. So unboxing first of all. Caffeine capsules. This is top formula. All my supplements, so I buy a lot of my supplements. Lactose enzymes. And then the second package, apple tea. Aqua wipes, gallery aqua wipes. These are single packs and this is a multi-pack. Gonna wash it. So I'm getting ready to start cooking my OMAD meal of the day. And I've been doing OMAD fast for 5 years now. OMAD is an acronym, stands for one meal a day, which means I eat only one time per day, which also means that I fast for 3 hours. And I've been doing so for like 5 years now, at least 365 days per year. And I get ready to cook today's OMAD fast breaking meal. So as usual, it's 18:11, and I didn't eat since waking up. I woke up when maybe 9, 10, 11, and I didn't eat since waking up. So my routine is I take a grand course of supplements. When I eat the breakfast, and I do fasting. I see a lot of fitness influencers like Greg Doucette make videos about it for people who are weak and can't start fasting, can't put the fork down. The most common health fitness goal is to burn fat. Most people are unhappy with the physique. I'm with for the six pack, say. That's a problem I don't have. The most common fitness goal is for people to lose fat, okay? And belly fat, which one Ben has started makes videos about how to lose belly fat. And I'm more valuable to people looking at how to lose fat and more belly fat. Does look like I got a problem with belly fat? I don't think so. So, I guess there's a market for teaching people how to lose fat, okay? So if you want to learn how to not be fat, maybe look at a guy who's ripped with a 6-pack, 37 up to the fat, what he does and what he will teach you. So, it's like I see a lot of people go like, oh, the food noise, how to deal with the food noise. And some people, it's like people have low character. I've been ripped with a 6-pack. I'm 37 years old. That put me in the male fitness elite. See, only 1 in 25,000 men have a 6-pack. See, I'm ripped with a 6-pack at 37. Only 1 in 25,000 men about 35 years old have 6-pack abs. That's 0.004%. I'm 37 with a 6-pack, and this is like a mark for people like how to lose fat and put the fork down. And some people that don't have the character to fast, like I do, 20 plus hours per day, and maintain low sugar diet, and they're like fat and unhappy, like lose fat, they get on some drugs to be able to not eat, to suppress their hunger. What is it called? GLP-1, this, that, or the other thing. I'm not a doctor, so I just talk about this stuff. Doesn't mean that I write prescriptions. So I think it's better you learn to grow as a person, have a character of strength as part of masculinity, to be able to fast and control your hunger, control your eating, and become like me, who's able to quit drinking alcohol for 1 year, see? Because that's who I am, a man of discipline. I had that character. So I stopped drinking alcohol, went on a full year sober. Joe Rogan has sober October, but for 1 month I don't drink alcohol. I did a full year sober, 12 months now I don't drink alcohol. And I took the chance, decided to. I took a deal with somebody that I know in real life. It's like, I don't like you drinking. I go, I'm going to keep drinking. They go, well, I'll give you something if you commit to 4 years sober. I committed to it, and as I decided to, a full year, 12 months now, drop alcohol, because the type of person I am. I have discipline. I can quit things. So after 4 years sober, there's other things too that have taken some discipline to change, like stop watching porn, which a lot of weak, freak, deviant, pervert Christians still do. They watch porn on a regular basis. Not a week that goes by, they don't watch a porn video playing for themselves. Ew. Okay. Me, I haven't watched porn once for more than 6 months on the side. So it's like I quit watching porn, quit drinking alcohol for a full year. After coming that off, I drink if I want to now. Went on a low sugar diet. I stay about 20 grams of sugar per day, as opposed to the 80 plus grams average meat consumers. There's a connection between obesity and fat. Okay. So I see some people make videos about how to deal with the food noise. It's like, rather than get on some drugs to suppress your appetite, become a man of discipline and learn how to control yourself. OMAD fasting, which I do, one of the benefits is ghrelin, the hunger hormone, like it suppresses it. One of the effects of you got to get adapted. So doing OMAD fasting, OMAD keto, it took some discipline to get into fasting, from eating several times a day to eating only 1 time per day and fasting 20 plus hours. It took some discipline to get into. The way I do fasting, I don't have food noise. I don't go around feeling hungry all day. Some people think, oh, Mike, that eats only 1 time per day and fast 20 plus hours, got to be hungry all the time. No, I don't have food noise. I don't go around being hungry. Unless I got to remind myself to eat it every day. So apparently there's a way to fast without food noise, without hunger. So there's some people that eat like 4 times per day. They're still looking at videos to learn how to deal with the food noise, the hunger. So I fast 20 plus hours without food noise. I'm gonna block people. People left comments, I hit the like button and they get them blocked. I don't care what the comments are. If you leave comments, I hit the like button. I got 6 viewers watching live right now. I've been live only for around 8 minutes. And people left comments and there's no likes yet, which means the people that left comments didn't hit the like button, so they'll get it blocked. Yeah, so what I recommend is, rather than yourself up to suppress your appetite, learn to be a man of discipline and being able to quit things. Like me, unfortunately, it makes me rare. Unfortunately, I'm rare in extraordinary different ways. 6-pack, okay. Most men had low T and dad bods in the 20s. And to be a ripped stud, alpha gigachad stud, ripped with a 6-pack at 37 is incredibly rare. It's also rare to be a man that never watches porn, see? That doesn't watch porn. Do you understand? The average man, the average Christian man watches porn at least once per week. And it's also rare to do OMAD fasting. That's the point. If you want to lose weight, exercise, put the fork down, eat less, exercise more. And that's a pattern that works. Now, I have a more superior, better protocol for people looking to lose weight. There's other things I can teach people that I don't have to because nobody's paying me. Ways to fast with less food noise, less hunger. So the reason it's so rare to have a guy like me is because most men have inferior, not just inferior physiques, but inferior character. They're weaker than me, the personality. They don't have the discipline, the masculinity, character masculinity to be disciplined and quit things that are hard.
which is why most Christian men haven't stopped watching porn yet. And most Christian men are fat and unhappy and insecure. So it's like that's part why I get so much hate, because I'm superior to people. I look better and then they hear about I do OMAD fasting. It's like most people are unhappy with the physique. And be like, oh, this guy's ripped with a six-pack. That's usually I would want. And I'm just too weak. I'm not as strong as Mike in my character to do what he does, to not be fat. See, it's actually how you body that most people want.
Low fat, six-pack abs. And it's like the character is just like, if they would do what I do, like eat a low sugar diet, maintain a low sugar diet, take the supplements, make sure that they're not deficient, and fast, they'd be able to lose some weight. So I don't get paid enough to put a lot of effort in teaching people how fitness to the secrets that I have, how fitness wisdom. And what doing it for free, it's like the appreciation, people have to appreciate it enough, which means maybe I start writing books, which I could do. It's like Mike's Guide to OMAD Fasting, how to get ripped with a six-pack at 36 or something like this. Or, do you understand? This ways I can make money off the competence that I have in the communities. Why would I keep giving away for free? Cast my purple swine and pigs. Cast on the purple swine, let not give them which is hold down to the dogs. Let's camp on the foot and turn again and rend you. So like most people are like that. It's like if I spend 3 hours, if I will go live tonight, I go, how to process being greater health with God's health, fitness, wisdom. Spend 3 hours of hard work to really teach things that can help people. It's like, check back next day, I'll have maybe 1 like on it. Okay, or 0. And the other side, it's like, why would I not? A big part is the shadow banning too. When people work, the algorithm works to suppress my content. And on TikTok, making videos like that is a lot more appreciated. So anyway, I hold the secrets, the keys to success. Weight loss, I can look better, I can teach women and men how to be more beautiful. I know things that can help people be more beautiful, look better, live longer, have more energy, prosper and be in greater health. It's another loser being blocked. Somebody came in, left a comment and hit the like button, and you get blocked. That's how that works. I don't need your fucking comments. I said, it's easy for me. First, like me, it's easy to have success. Understand? I don't need to like be friendly to losers in my chat to grow on social media. It's easy for me to prosper and get views and stuff. So I don't have to like do it. Annoying losers should be like, oh, they leave a comment, let them be. No, if you run the wrong way, I'm going to get rid of it. So, this will be the first time I wear this. I still some stuff there, can I clean it? Birthday gift. Superior physique. Better to be rich with a six-pack and handsome than ugly with a bad hair, like a lot of guys do. So I am in the male top one. Only one in 25,000 men. That's about 45. So rich with a six-pack and 37. Matter of fact, I ended up having an 8-pack. So I still have to 6-pack just to add on one to run 6-pack. new necklace here. Birthday gift. This is my necklace. I'm gonna get to cooking my own meal pretty soon. Here's another loser gonna get blocked in the chat. Someone left a comment, didn't hit the like button. People who leave comments and hit like button get blocked. Or it's a positive, seemingly positive comment. There's a subtle sign of narcissism where the average person is highly narcissistic. And a sign of narcissism, basically narcissism is selfishness, extreme selfishness. So just here to get something, attention. See, people show up, start leaving comments. I want to get attention. I want to leave a comment, get people to see it and respond to it, get them some attention. See, oh, Mike is interacting with me. Some attention. I'm here to get something. See, I'm here to get attention. I'm here to get answers to my questions. I'm here to get something. But I can't give a little like on the video. See, it's a subtle sign of narcissism. So, in a way. Put this next to that one. You know what I might do? I might end this after showing the cross and making a new stream and put in the title, Cooking My Own Fast Breaking Meal, and start cooking it. På den video. People don't like to see a superior man. That's why I have so much haters. The average narcissistic, envious loser. They see somebody who's in better shape. And then they say, oh no, he's got a better character. He's ripped with a six-pack. And it's because he's superior to me, not just in his looks. It's better to be intelligent, talented, confident, charismatic, handsome, ripped with a six-pack, than to be fat, ugly, dumb, and then talentless. And it's like they see my video show up, and they go to the channel and say, oh, he does fasting. So not only is he superior, better looking than me, he's also superior in his character. I'm too weak to fast 18 hours. I'm not happy my body got that, but I'm too weak to fast. Okay, that's why I get so much hate. So it's like stop eating the sugar all the time. Okay, eating a high sugar diet. It's like the debate that the deep state wants to be weak, so they have all this advertisement for sugar and stuff. And you fall for the bait. And sugar is all the rage now. And people are really, it's like not feeling good about being fat and ugly and out of shape. And they see a guy like me who's ripped with a six-pack on camera. And then it's like they look at the channel. I'm not joking. It's like now they don't show the unlike counts. They remove that. But it used to be like quality feedback. They'll be like, look at the metrics, okay? It's like, what is it? And I noticed the pattern that some of the most thumbs down type of content and all the stuff they do is like the vlog, like today's OMED meal, hashtag OMED, hashtag fasting life, hashtag 1 meal a day, and just film a plate of food, see? And it's not like, fuck you, understand? So it's like, there's really nothing that's like, but it's like, that has the most thumbs down. Why? Because the average person is insecure.
they're unhappy with the physique. There's a whole multi-million-dollar market about belly fat, like how to lose belly fat. Why do you think that Ben Asadi kind of made this on? Do this to lose fat. Do this to lose visceral fat. Do this to lose belly fat. Okay, because there's a lot of people. The average person, their fitness goal is losing fat. Okay, and belly fat is big. Guys want to lose belly fat, and what is something that you can do to lose belly fat is eat less, put the fork down. So somebody sees somebody like me, today's OMAD meal, fasting life, and they say, oh, the guy eats 1 time per day. And the profile picture, the guy is whipped with a 6-pack, the opposite of fat. So that's the body that I would want. And the reason they don't have it is because they're not just inferior in the physique, but inferior in the character. Because they lack this discipline that I have to start fasting, only 1 time per day. See? So if they would do what I do and fast 3 hours per day, it's almost impossible to be fat and eat only 1 time per day. It's like that's one of the most reliable ways to lose fat. It's like it's almost impossible to not end up losing belly fat and generally fat if you would go to eating 1 time per day, which I'm not recommending necessarily, but it's like there's one of the most reliable ways to lose fat is to go on the keto diet or to go on the OMAD diet, especially if combined with keto. But just simply, if a person goes to eating 1 time per day, they're gonna lose fat, understand? No matter what they're eating at 1 time. Do you understand? So, I gotta finish up. Here's the person gotta get blocked. I got my first like here. I got 3 live viewers. You know what? As a matter of fact, maybe I'll keep the stream going, okay? So what I recommend, I've seen people talk about Reda and these different like drugs, and I've seen it on Greg Research channel about some medicine that helps you lose weight by suppressing your appetite. It was GLP-1 or Reda, Red Hot Trial or something like this. So here's the point. I don't advocate, as he seems to do, he's recommending people get on it. I don't do that. Meaning I'm more like, why don't you grow as a person, as a man, and improve and become a person that is disciplined, has a bit of discipline, because that will help in all areas of your life. So being a person that has discipline, that's help in every way, you understand? Having discipline, the same discipline, they help me to go from a high sugar to low sugar diet, help me to quit watching porn 100%, see? So that's part of my Christian life, understand? Where I'm not watching porn. The same discipline, ability to be disciplined, I can apply that muscle, that character trait of being a disciplined man to all kinds of areas. I can apply it to quitting watching porn, stop drinking alcohol for a whole year, not have dropped alcohol for a whole year. I can apply it to fasting by eating only 1 time per day. See? So rather than just, I'm going to drag myself up so I can stop eating, why don't you become a person that has a bit to be disciplined? Okay? And use it. So I do OMAD fasting. OMAD is an act that stands for 1 meal a day, which means that I eat only 1 time per day, which also means that I fast around 23 hours per day. When do I have my OMAD meal? Towards the end of the day, which means not right after waking up. So I could pick whatever time. I could have it be after waking up. So I have like the 1 meal is breakfast, or it could be supper, it could be lunch, something like this. The way that I do it is I have it not long before going to bed, okay? So I have it towards the end of the day, my day, okay? Because I don't always wake up at the same time. I've never been a person that long-term consistently can maintain like a stable sleep schedule, or like waking up before 9 in the morning and going to bed before midnight, something like this. So the start of my day, some days that's why I don't say morning. That's why my supplement logs are not like today's morning dose of supplements. I call it the grand post wake up dose of supplements, because sometimes I wake up in the morning, yes, sometimes in the afternoon, okay? Here's another thing. I'm a raging success, understand? I have had and have overcome a lot of mental health problems without any help from psychologists or big pharma drugs. I used to have depression, kill myself for that. I was on antidepressants for many years. But after I learned acquired competence myself that supersedes the professionals, in my case, meaning going to the doctors, I've had a greater success dealing with things myself than when I would go to doctors and stuff. But I'm not talking to other people. If you need professional help, you get it. Okay. Now, I was put on antidepressants as a young man, was on it for 7+ years, 150 milligrams of sertraline, okay, SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. So how they work is to upregulate your serotonin levels, okay. Now, after being on them many years, I got off them, and I'm not depressed anymore, see. So, here's another thing. I used to suffer from panic attacks, cure myself from panic attacks. I had panic attacks for many years as a mental health problem, suffering from panic attacks. PTSD, CPTSD, cure myself with that, I would say. I don't think I have PTSD, CPTSD anymore. I know that I've had it, okay? So, cure myself with depression, panic attacks, PTSD, CPTSD. Used to suffer from debilitating agoraphobia, no more, cure myself. So another thing I cure myself from is asthma attacks. I used to have vent-line inhaler, asthma inhaler, and get asthma attacks. Cured myself with that too. Don't refill the prescription anymore. Understand? So I could collect one of those per month, and I used to collect one per month every 2 months. More than 6 months I didn't collect a vent-line inhaler because I don't need it, because I cured myself of asthma attacks. Understand? So here's another thing. A lot of people with autism and ADHD, they get on big pharma drugs. Me, I have autism, and I don't rely on big pharma drugs. I don't take medicines for it. Okay. Here's another thing. I don't need it. As long as I have my supplements, I don't feel like I need to go to a doctor and ask for help with anxiety or sleeping problems. As long as I take my supplements, I can fall asleep, I can be calm, I can do what I want to do. Okay. So anyway, here's the point. The matrix system wants to be incompetent, and they don't like people like me that are teaching people the truth. I can see the truth about how the masses are kept weak and controlled, and they don't like people like me that can see the truth and teach the masses how to be personally empowered and improved. It's an agenda to have people weak, sick, and unhealthy. What you talking about, bro? You're getting blocked, loser. Okay. And then this person might be purposely bottom pushing because people know that I hate when people, I've talked about this before, you know what I hate? People coming writing like rude, sloppy grammar. They ask me questions. I hate people, you know what grinds my gears? People come and ask me questions about question marks in the sentence. Hey, how you doing? And no question mark. So it's like sometimes people that's in the form of narcissistic dog abuse texture. People like they know from watching my past shit, say, oh, my like this. Like a pet peeve. Let's do the pet peeve to mess with them. And then it's leading me to react to it and look paranoid. It's like, here's that person messing with me. And if other people can't see it because they haven't seen my other streams where I talk about my pet peeves. They've seen other streams where it's like clear that people are using the pet peeves to mess with me. So it's kind of like baiting me to appear to be paranoid. Yeah? Because I can tell that somebody's pushing my buttons on purpose. But if I say that they are, it might look like I'm paranoid because other people can't tell if they're doing it on purpose. Because they're not me. They don't have my personal experience. And they haven't seen my previous streams where I let people know what my pet peeves are, and then it's clear that in the same stream people come in pushing the button. See, it's like a stream I go. I hate, don't come in. Okay, a guy got blocked. I don't like people coming asking questions about question marks in the sentence. If you want to ask a question, put a question mark in the sentence, and don't write statement questions. Okay. Also, okay, and then after somebody is blocked, the same stream someone comes in. How you doing? Like right after. So it's like some people clearly are doing that on purpose, pushing my buttons. So that's the point. There's look at Greg Lissette's channel. It's and just I've seen this a lot of influencers make videos about the food noise and how to be less hungry and stuff. And then there's a lot of people looking to lose weight and belly fat, and there's other people that find it hard to put the fork down. And then there's people like Greg Lissette that are working to kind of be a salesman for drugs that suppress your appetite, okay, which I don't approve of. So as far as I'm concerned, there might be some people that need some medications to help them with this or that, okay? Now, I don't think that it's healthy for a person to be like, oh, I find it hard to kind of control my eating, okay, I overeat. So let's just get on some drugs to kill my appetite. I don't think that's healthy. There might be some people that need it or could do well with it, where like a doctor would agree to that they need it.
But for a lot of people, it's better to grow and become a person that has a bit to be disciplined with what you eat, what you do, what you don't do. And me smoking cigarettes is not an evidence of it does make me a hypocrite. I don't smoke because I can't quit. I smoke because I like to smoke. So anything I wanted to quit and decided to, I've been able to. Be it watching porn, eating sugar, high sugar diet, sweets and treats, drinking. So smoking, I don't have a desire to quit. There's the guy down there, comfort wolf, I guess. So anyway, it's another reason I gotta get blocked. Somebody asked, are you black? That's a stupid question. Beneath the waist I am. As you can see. I'm wearing the black sweatpants. Okay. Six-pack. I have a physique that most men do. Most guys will want a physique like this. They would like to have a six-pack. And most women would want to have a husband that is built like this, that has an athletic football type physique, six-pack abs. And most guys would want a physique like that. And you can deny it all you want, but that's the truth. Most men would want a physique like mine, and most women would want a guy with a physique like that. Yeah, so I hold the keys of knowledge to improving. I can teach people how to get beautiful, meaning people don't understand. I hold the keys of knowledge. I know how I have knowledge that can help them more beautiful, men and women. I hold the keys of knowledge to longevity, improving longevity, looking better, feeling better, having more energy, getting smarter. Even people who take my health fitness coaching will get sharper mentally, smarter. So I can teach people how to get smarter, more beautiful, more energetic, live longer, men how to raise their testosterone levels naturally. And there's a low T epidemic now, where the average man has a lot lower testosterone than they should have. And the reason is they live a lifestyle that's like designed to lower your T and your IQ. They want to be an L-tick man, low testosterone IQ have. They like men like me, men with high testosterone, don't bother for a high IQ, because that makes you harder to control. I've talked about this too. I made decals because I'm like the Matrix guy in the Matrix movie, or they live guy with the glasses. Not people are wannabes. Like I'm in the Matrix, okay, like Andrew Tate the wannabe, and it's like here's what the Matrix system want to know: get rich and fornicate a lot. That's the answer, okay. But they will be rich for to snare, many deceit for her for lust, which drama and destruction and perdition. So the Bible wants again want to get rich. So that's I wanna be what I actually am, Andrew Tate. I'm leading the Matrix, I tell what they want to know. Get rich and fornicate a lot. That's exactly what the satanic world system want to be like, a lewd fellow of the basest sort, which is very low vibration, like low level. So you just think about fornicating and getting rich, okay? So I don't promote greediness, covetousness, or fornication. So I promote true masculinity. Okay, get a woman and stay married to her. Okay, so Somebody called Vin Diesel. I've been told before that I remind them of Vin Diesel. I really don't. I am me, okay, and that's who I want to be. I've also had people trying to be like, oh, it's like you look like I don't look like anybody. I'm me, and I want to be me. Understand? If I want to be somebody else, I want to be somebody who's superior to me, not inferior. So it's like most celebrities are not better than me. Understand? They're actually worse. So it's like I'm not a born to be this. Like sometimes people, oh, you look like this. I'm not trying to look like anybody. Some people call me like Nick Diaz, Vin Diesel, Tony Ferguson. I'm not trying to be like any of these people. I am me, and I want to be me. Understand? So I have sense of sensitivities, which I wear sunglasses all the time, and I don't wear sunglasses to look cool. Understand? As a matter of fact, a lot of sunglasses that I wear make me look worse. Okay, then here's the point. I hold the secrets to success and the keys of knowledge. And most people, if they knew what I had to offer, they'd be like asking, begging me for answers and like following me really hard on the side. If they knew what they could get from taking my advice, and if they knew the competence level that I had, they would be following me on the side. So it's about deep state had to work to kind of make people not realize how much value there is in starting to listen to me and taking my advice, okay, my guidance. So I can teach people, I hold the secrets to beauty. I can teach people things that you can be more beautiful, more energetic, get smarter. I can teach people, I have the knowledge, the wisdom, health fitness wisdom, that if applied, people will get more beautiful, smarter, more energetic, and improve the longevity, and men raise the testosterone if they take my advice. So follow me on Rumble, Critical Mass Mike on Rumble to watch. I hold the keys, health, fitness, wisdom. I can teach people. Not only can I teach people how to become more beautiful, but I can teach people how to become smarter, how to have more energy, how to look better, feel better, perform better, how to live longer. I can teach men and women how to improve their looks, how to look better, how to get smarter, more energetic, and raise their longevity. Follow me on Rumble, Critical Mass Mike on Rumble, to watch my health fitness videos. Make a Rumble account, follow me on Rumble, Critical Mass Mike on Rumble, to be able to see my health fitness teaching videos and other content. I'm really the guy in the Matrix movie that can see the truth. See, there's a lot of wannabes that like, I'm in the Matrix, and it's like pathetic. I'm really that. I'm the one person in this world that's like the closest to me in the Matrix. Is really fast, check. Can see things most people can't see, check. Is taught about the system, check. Okay, so I have videos where I show the hidden plain view truth like me in the Matrix. I'm self-trained, self-taught as a martial artist. I know Kung Fu. See, I'm the one person in this world that's the closest to the fictional character Neo, where I have crazy speed. That's one of my athletic attributes. Being really fast, the hand speed. Being self-trained, self-taught in martial arts. Moving faster, hitting harder than some pros in my weight class. Okay, being self-trained, self-taught, I can throw elbow strikes, kicks, knees, boxing punches, all these things. I'm self-trained, self-taught. So I just pray to God after becoming a Christian that He helped me get better at fighting. I've learned all kinds of martial arts techniques. Okay, and I pray to be faster and stronger, and I've gotten that way. So, anyway, support. I'm like Neo in the Matrix or the guy in the Daily Me with the glasses. Evidenced by my performance. I made videos showing hidden plain view truth, decode Matrix system, showing hidden plain view truth in Hollywood movies, like the Daily guy with the glasses, with guy one that can see. And what does he see? Other people see the surface level, but he can see the deeper levels. That's why I have videos on Rumble, No Country for Old Men movie decoded, Django Unchained decoded, so on and so forth. Because if I look at something, I see the deeper level, like the Matrix guy, or the They Live guy, where videos showing the hidden plain view truth, like decoding Hollywood movies with the deep state that control this world, the Matrix system. They have an MO of hiding truth in plain view. And one thing that I liked is, anyway, support. One of the things I've been teaching is recommending people go on a low sugar diet for years. Another thing I've been saying is that looking at the Matrix system movies, I can see how there's they tell on themselves. So the deep state, I've said for years, there's an agenda to have the mass eat a high sugar diet. Okay, and my decode on all kind of Hollywood movie and Django Unchained, seeing the hidden plain view truth that most people are blind to, have the discernment to be able to see the hidden truth. Both Django Unchained and No Kind of Woman will deal with the same agenda, where the deep state matrix system architects are hiding the truth in plain view, kind of hinting at it. It's like, yeah, we got a high sugar agenda, we got the massive high sugar diet, and that makes people easy to control and keep on the matrix system plantation, like the makes me your slave needle. And I made videos decoding Django Unchained and No Kind of Woman. I mean, both of these videos deal with the same thing. But the deep state are saying, yeah, we got the masses eating a high sugar diet that makes them easy to control. Sugar kills. I maintain a low sugar diet. I stay about 20 grams of sugar per day, as opposed to the 80 plus grams that average American consumes according to statistics. So if you can go from 80 plus grams of sugar per day to 20 minus, as I do, you'll be better off mentally and physically. So that's one of the things that you can do to improve your mental physical health, is to decrease the daily sugar intake, because most people are eating way too much sugar. They're consuming too much sugar. Sugar kills, and one of the ways it kills is it makes you fat. And there's certain health problems like the diabetes if you're obese and if you're not. And one of the reasons people are there's so many obese people is because most people eat so much sugar. So since the average American start eating a high sugar diet, there's more obese people. And if you're obese, you're more likely to die from certain health problems. You can ask your doctor to agree with me. If you would ask your doctor, like, hey doc, I gotta go, I wanna make it to 100. Should I get fatter or slimmer if I wanna make it to 100? And depending where you're starting out, statistically, the average person will have too much fat. They'll be like lightly or moderately obese, at the very least. The doctor said, no, it's like you're more likely to have a long life if you slim down a little bit and get less obese. Someone wrote, you look like The Rock's cousin in a positive way. Well, both Vin Diesel and The Rock are masculine men. So a lot of times people tell me I look like somebody who's masculine, okay? So I do enjoy being masculine. Now here's the difference. Rock was not a natural, I'm a natural. So I'm ripped with a six-pack, maintain athletic physique, high testosterone physique, athletic performance as a lifetime natural, which means I've never injected testosterone into myself or anything else. So I'm a lifetime natty, and I have natural masculinity, which I don't have to cheat. See, I don't have to get on boards. I'm naturally higher level masculine than the average person, whereas you have a lot of pencil necks with Latino, and it's not purely genetics, it's the wisdom, health fitness wisdom that I have and have been applying. So there's a lot of things that I do and don't do intending to maintain the testosterone levels that I have. Sugar lowers testosterone, according to my research. So if you Google sugar testosterone, there's an article, if it's PubMed or NCBI.gov, where it's like blood serum levels of testosterone post-ingestion of a high sugar liquid, okay? So I do believe that sugar lowers your testosterone. And then to tell this that I know, what are some effects of testosterone? There's a connection between belly fat and testosterone levels, which means one of the most reliable indicators, visual indicators, single point indicators of testosterone levels having declined from a previous level is adipose tissue collection in the abdominal region, belly fat basically. There's a connection between a lot of belly fat and low testosterone, which means if belly fat goes up, testosterone goes down. There's a connection between belly fat and testosterone, and generally body fat, which means if testosterone goes down, body fat goes up, belly fat especially. See? So I have a lean athletic physique, which is like one of the indicators of testosterone, like effects of testosterone. Having high testosterone helps to achieve and maintain a lean athletic physique. And what are some other effects of testosterone? Energy. It gives you energy. So the guy that's got like a high testosterone physique, six-pack and lean muscle at 37, he also has this other indicator of high testosterone, superhuman energy and stamina and workload and things like this. Okay. But people don't know this. They go like, accuse me being on meth in my chat. If I was on meth, I'm going to have my teeth and I would have lost muscle by now, okay? Especially considering the diet that I'm on. Well, I'm not one of these people that get my 200 grams of protein per day, count my macros. I eat one time per day, you understand? and I don't pay too much attention to counting grams of protein or something like this. And then other people with low T, it's like I don't have to play by the rules. I see Greg Brissett say, to not have muscle loss, you need to work like your whole body part twice per week. And then other bodybuilder types be like, you gotta get like 2 grams of protein per kilo body weight. I've been getting around maybe 50, 80 grams some days of protein per day, and not working out, like barely working out. And I've been filling out, getting more muscle. I can tell in the mirror. I've noticed the last like 2 weeks, it's like I look like I filled out a little bit. It's like I got just enough for me to notice it. So I haven't been losing muscle, and I've barely been working out. Most of the exercise I do is cardio, and that actually is something that can make you lose muscle, okay? And barely do like bodybuilding, strength training, and I maintain the physique that I have, the muscle mass, and I'm not even trying hard to. So I hold the secrets to health fitness, and one of the things I've been teaching on, showing the hidden plain view truth in Hollywood movies, is that there's an agenda to have the mass in a high sugar diet. So the average person eats a high sugar diet, and sugar lowers your testosterone, I believe. Another thing that the average person does that I don't is use all these toxic chemical hiding home cleaning products and all these products that contain fragrances, perfume. Why don't you Google search perfumed hygiene products testosterone? And that's another thing. For years, so I've been different from the average person. One thing that makes me different, eating really low amounts of sugar, I don't use any perfumed hygiene products. I don't use all these toxic chemical hiding home cleaning products. I use fragrance-free, perfume-free, natural alternatives. Natural apple soap, perfume-free. And the average man eats a high sugar diet, uses all these perfumed hygiene home cleaning products every day, gets less than a gram of vitamin C per day, whereas me, I get 6+ grams of vitamin C per day. And there's certain vitamin deficiencies can make a low T too. Now, I'm not saying you should get multi-gram amounts of vitamin C. Talk to a doctor before making any changes to your diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and medication. Talk to a doctor before starting to stop or take any supplements or medication. Yeah, so somebody wrote Vin Diesel, and I've had people tell me I look like the Diaz brothers, which are men that look not effeminate and like sweet sissy boys like Brandon Bitch Boy, Soy Boy Holthouse, for example, the effeminate pastor. Looks like a cute, sweet little teenage boy as a man, and then projects narcissistically about the problem with effeminate pastors. Now look who's talking about it. He's one of the most effeminate, cute little sissy boys I've ever seen, this Brandon Bitch Boy, Soy Boy Holthouse. And he makes videos narcissistically projecting. They talk about something he's got a problem with, like he's less masculine looking, feeling in his aura and looking than an average man. He's more like a cute little sissy soy boy, baby face soy boy, and he makes videos about the problem with effeminate pastors. Okay, now look who's talking. It looks like narcissistic projection to me. It's like he's more effeminate than the average person, and really effeminate for a pastor. And he makes videos about this problem with effeminate pastors. Okay, now look who's talking. Okay. So, yes, I enjoy being really masculine in my aura and my look and my bone structure and the opposite of a pencil neck and enjoying all the benefits of high testosterone, understand? And a lot of times people will tell me that I look like the Diaz brothers, which are like masculine men. A lot of times people tell me I look like this person. Vin Diesel, I've heard that before, someone wrote that in the chat. Okay, I've had other people tell me, you kind of remind me of Vin Diesel. And here's Vin Diesel, he's a high testosterone alpha male, okay? People tell me I look like The Rock's cousin in a positive way as opposed to a non-positive way, okay? And who's The Rock? A really masculine man, okay? Now, a big part of his masculinity is going to be pumping the muscle juice into his veins for a long time, being like not a natty, basically. He's not a natural athlete, he's an enhanced athlete. And I do believe that he's been okay, I do believe that, I'm certain, I would say that he's been doing like the bodybuilder juicing. Okay, he's been juicing, The Rock's been juicing more than vegetables, put it like that. Okay, so I am a lifetime natural, ripped with a six-pack ripped with a six-pack at 36 years old, 37 I understand, and I've been juicing vegetables, and that's about it. The only thing I've been juicing is vegetables, and I never juice. Now it's not like I had to really try hard to make the case that I'm a natural, because I don't have the physique of a guy on roids. Understand? There's like a certain look that most people go, this guy is he on roids? They're gonna look like kind of like the Hulk or something like this. Okay. So anyway, it's the point to Jesse Ventura. Okay, Jesse the Natural Ventura, a wrestler. He also played with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Predator movie back in the good old days, where the men would be the ass-kicking superheroes, and they're going to rescue the woman. Okay, and now part of how they work to masculinize women is to promote masculine women in pop culture, to kind of have that be normalized and have young women that are impressionable be like, oh, here's what a winning C-level is like. They're like a tough, manly woman, okay? And that's part of how they work to destroy culture, Western society, to get women to be more masculine, is to have, here's the token in a serial Hollywood movie, the tough ass-kicking female superhero like Michelle Rodriguez is a good example. She gets casted to play like a manly, tough girl, okay? In real life, she might be feminine. She might be like, oh, hello, guy, okay? But she gets casted to play kind of tough gals, okay? And that's just not the only one, but it's like there's, if I look at a series of whole movies, oh, here's the token, breathing in, let's have a masculine woman as a leading character. And that's part of how they work to masculinize women, to kind of have it be normalized, that look at this high status female who's a rich celeb, and she's masculine, okay? That and a young impressionable teenage woman, like that's a winning female, okay? High status female. She gets handsome guy, she's a celeb, a lot of attention and stuff, and she's what? Very masculine. See? Okay. So, anyway, Jesse Ventura, Jesse the Natural. I don't believe that he was a natural, understand? And I saw him have a talk at Google. We talked about how to keep the masses so controlled and dumb, and it's by controlling the information and keep them all listening to lies. It's bigger than that, Jesse. It's a lot more than that, okay? And he had a talk at Google, Jesse Ventura. And remember that he was talking about the reason everybody is so dumb and needs to control is because the mainstream media is controlling and lying to people. It's a lot more than that, Jesse, understand? Okay? So I wish I could be the audience at that talk, and I'll be having a front row seat, understand? And I'll get out of my chair, and then get up there, understand? And then I take the stage, jump up on the stage, understand? And I go, he's wrong, understand? And then what I do, I'll get him like this. How do I get him? I just smack him like this back, and he goes down, understand? He falls down like this, and how he falls down, he's like this. He's on the ground now. Then I get up on stage like this, and I look around, then I do this, and then fall down on him like this. And he's still on the ground, I flop like a fish, and he goes like this, okay? And then again, okay? Now when he's down there, I scoop him up like this, like a forklift, like this. And I got him up here, and this is the T, this is my signature move, understand? And people are calling for it, like the T, and okay? And I go like a full 360, gets him up here. Like this, full circle. And then when I come in, I go, drop it, and I go, drop him like this. And he falls down, like this. And he's back again now. So like drop it like this, on his head, like a cockroach on his back, or a turtle on his back. At this point, there's a midget, he's my tag team. He's my sidekick. He's one of the jackass midgets, like me, man, okay? And he comes up and he tries to get up on stage, but he's too small, he can't. So I pick up like this, okay, and then let it go, and then Wee Man starts kicking, or whatever. So it's like I haven't played out how I up his truth talk at Google, okay, and then after like this whole fight, I take the microphone and I give them the real deal, like the real truth talk. Yes, anyway. It's deeper than that, in all seriousness. It's not just that, okay, the mainstream media lies to people, that's why people are so easy to control, and a lot of people are like kind of dumbed down. It's a lot deeper than that. It's about the diet. People are vitamin deficient, a lot of people are vitamin deficient. A lot of people are eating high sugar diet. And it's like the average person's lifestyle is kind of designed to break you down and weaken you. And most people live that way. So some things that I do that are rare. I've said this before. Don't live an ordinary man's life and expect to be anything but ordinary. Okay? Don't live an ordinary man's life and expect to be anything but ordinary. You can't have both ways. You can't. It's like don't live a common man's life and expect anything but common. So if you look at a person like me, 37 years old, with an extraordinary, above average physique, extraordinary energy, looking really well, performing really well, in extraordinary shape. If you look at this person's extraordinary shape, only 1 in 25,000 men have six-pack abs above 35. I'm ripped with a six-pack at 37. That's extraordinary. That's the male fitness elite. Only 1 in 25,000 men have that. And that's extraordinary, see. Now, what makes me uncommon as uncommon man is I have a six-pack above 36 as a natural. And I do believe that in the group of like rare men that have a six-pack above 30, most of those above 35 are going to be on TRT or HRT. So, I know the reason. I know the solutions. So here's the point. Don't live an ordinary man's life and expect to be more than ordinary. If you look at me, a man who's extraordinary good shape, got a six-pack, that's rare, about 35. I consume extraordinarily low amounts of sugar per day. I take extraordinary types of amounts of supplements. And my hygiene home cleaning routine is extraordinary. I don't use all these perfume, scented, fragrance products. Now I'll do another disclaimer. Don't talk to the doctor for making any changes to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, or medication. This content is not intended to replace the care of a licensed physician. Talk to the doctor for making any changes to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and or medication, a licensed professional, medical professional. So anyway, it's a point. I get ready to finish my ranting here and get to cooking my own meal. I eat 1 time per day. And since I got into it, I didn't get out of it. That's my preferred lifestyle. And here's another thing. I fast 23 hours per day without hunger. So some people think, oh, he eats 1 time per day and fast 23 hours. You gotta go around being miserably hungry all the time. No. I fast 23 hours per day without food noise, without hunger. One of the benefits of OMAD fasting, according to my research, it can raise your human growth hormone, which is something the bodybuilders inject into themselves for bodybuilding. Okay. And from my research, one of the benefits of OMAD fasting is, according to some research I looked at, is a raised human growth hormone level. So, where it's a certain amount of hours of fasting that you have to do to have like an increase in HGH, human growth hormone. Another benefit from my research is if you get OMAD keto adapted, it changes ghrelin, which is some kind of hormone that controls your hunger. So I'm the type of guy, I didn't get on some drugs like Red or something like this to suppress my hunger. I got adapted into keto, stop being addicted to sugar, and I go around not being hungry, okay? So I do believe that a big part of decoding, I've done that too. That's another health, fitness, wisdom insight from SAHA, where I've heard people talk about the keto flu. And I do believe decoding the misfinding the keto flu. I believe it's just a big part that's just sugar addiction. So people are having sugar withdrawal from eating a lot less sugar all of a sudden going on the keto diet. Because if you Google how to get on the keto diet, by consume less than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day, and sugar is pure gram weight of carbohydrates, which means 5 grams of sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar, or 1 sugar cube, equals 5 grams of carbohydrates. Which means people like, I'm gonna go on the keto, I need to watch everything I'm eating, and sugar is carbohydrates, which means you're gonna eat a lot less sugar. They're gonna go from 80 plus grams of sugar to 50 minus. So just from sugar alone, the average person is getting 88 plus grams of sugar per day. That's 88 grams of carbohydrates. So people that go on the keto diet, they're going to consume a lot less sugar. You don't have to completely stop something your body's addicted to have withdrawal, stress, okay, to have withdrawal. and feel bad at coming from the withdrawal. A person is a one pack a day smoker who goes, I'm just going to smoke 3 cigarettes per day. Like if your grandma's like a one pack a day smoker, I'm just going to go to smoking 3 per day. She feel hungry for the nicotine and feel stressed and feel bad because she's getting a lot less nicotine, okay? In the same way, I do believe, I look at sugar as a drug, a toxin and a drug, and it's addictive. So I do believe that a big part of the so-called keto flu, people feel chronic on the keto diet, it's just sugar withdrawal masquerading as general hunger and feeling bad. Because they'll be eating dramatically less sugar, which is enough to induce withdrawal stress, okay? Here's the point. After getting adapted to fasting, I don't have hunger. I wake up in the morning, I don't get hungry. And here's another thing that kind of confirms my thesis, is that the only times I have hunger in the morning, remember I do almost fasting, I do that for 5 years, maintain a low sugar diet, since I'm not addicted to sugar, I get less than 20 grams of sugar per day. Eat 1 time per day and it's kind of easy to make sure there's less than 20 grams in one meal, because there's no sweet treats in there. Like it might be some ketchup sauce or hot sauce that has some sugar in it, and I don't use too much of it. That's the point. The only time that I have hunger, I do almost fasting. I wake up in the morning, I'm not hungry all day. Towards the end of the day, it's like, okay, it's getting late, time to have a omelet. I have to remind myself to eat. I don't have hunger, see. So I don't battle hunger when I do fasting. People think since I'm fasting more than 20 hours per day, I gotta be hungry all the time. No. I wake up in the morning, I'm not hungry, I don't get hungry. A lot of times I had to remind myself to eat before the day, so if I'm gonna go to bed, so I gotta get something to eat, okay? And the only time I've had hunger in the morning after waking up, remember my OMAD meals are typically at the end of the day. The only time I've had hunger in the morning, hunger cravings, is the day after a cheat meal, see, which is very rare. It's like I have a cheat meal, high sugar cheat meal. And then the day after cheat meal, eating a lot of grams of sugar, then I have morning hunger and I wake up and start feeling hungry. So it's only after cheat days that I have morning hunger or like hunger in the day, see. So that kind of confirms my thesis, my theory that a big part of why people have hunger and the keto flu is just being addicted to sugar and the body screaming out for sugar. See? So, if you're interested in almost fasting, I make some high quality videos on it, like more videos. I can actually refer you to search Dr. Eric Berg, OMAD, okay? And he's got like a 10-minute bite-sized video with the benefits of OMAD, okay? And he goes into this hormonal, this, that, and the other thing. And it's around 10 minutes. Okay, now here's the thing too. I do believe that I thought about that. I thought about it like a Mike's guide to OMAD fasting. And it's very rare that people do OMAD fasting. But the rare person that does don't do it right, okay? So I don't recommend people, you don't hear me recommend the OMAD diet, okay? Because most people have vitamin deficiencies that will be exacerbated by eating a lot less. So if you go from 4 or 5 meals per day to 1 per day, you'll be eating less and less varied, okay? Which means you will be exacerbating pre-existing vitamin deficiencies. So most people get enough from the diet to be very deficient, okay? And if they go to OMAD fast, they might go from very to extremely. Here's another thing, matrix system. Don't foolishly believe that you can get your daily vitamin needs met from a diet alone. I've been saying that for years. And it's the same thing as like creatine, where it's like, meat has creatine. I can get all the creatine I need. It's like creatine has benefits, mental, physical. Well, I eat meat, it has creatine. Yeah, you have to eat 1 kilo of meat to get 5 grams of creatine, okay? And some people are taking 20 grams of creatine per day. So it's kind of similar with the vitamin C. It's like, vitamin C is good for your health. Why? I eat oranges. Okay, how many grams of ascorbic acid do you get? Milligrams? Not a lot. So anyway, I'm gonna get into start to cook my OMAD meal. Today's OMAD meal. First, I'm checking my license to see there was a guy I sent the link to. I have a stream ready to go.
the matrix system has most people fooled. You got them thinking that they need a lot less of this in their vitamin than what they actually need. And it's not a matrix system life that the best way to get your vitamins is eat a varied diet. This is the reason I take vitamin C as a supplement and don't rely on natural sources of them. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready to eat here. Start cooking my own meal. And what do we do today? I'm gonna check the freezer. You know what? I'm gonna have this is where I roll my cigarettes. So there's some stuff here to wipe off. I'm gonna get to cooking here. And today I will have these gluten-free. I maintain a gluten-free diet. These are gluten-free macaronis. It's the person that came in and bought a car. Okay. We all share one sky, one me and one sun together. Sending love to you from Vietnam. One love. So. Yeah. So. I'm glad that you took a break from hiding, squatting in a foxhole in like a farmer's field with like a triangular head and like squinting and looking for the Americans. Okay, to come and leave a comment in my chat. So it's like, get back to your shift and keep an eye out for the Americans because they might come back for number 2 on this effort like round 2. So keep an eye on. You got your SKS there or your AK-47, you got a little straw hat and you're squinting and looking real hard for the Americans over there. Okay, so yeah. It's possible to it's looking later because look at like this is pretty yellow this here. Okay, or it's a hit knife in order to make a scan diet. So people are more likely to be interested in thoughts that doesn't work in the US. It's like this skin color diet. Okay, that is I guess a concept just hit me. It might work. It's like the ancestral tendencies. It's like bullshit. The real secret of Liver King is to inject testosterone into himself, and then it's like the secret to my real muscle is the ancestral tenets. I eat raw liver, and it's like people fall for it and then buy his fucking book. So it's like people are more likely. It's easy to make money scamming people than to be competent like I am and teach them the truth on how to raise the testosterone naturally, look better, feel better. It's like it'd be easy to get them to take seriously like a scam thing. Where it's like this skin color diet. So if you're black, my book is like you eat black beans, okay? Anything black. If you're black, you eat a lot of black, okay? The skin color diet, see? The ancestral color diet. And if you're black, you eat black. Like whatever that beans are black, okay? You eat dark bread. If you're white, you eat white bread and white beans and drink milk, okay? And eat the white of the eggs. And if you're an Asian, you eat a lot of egg yellows, the yolk, and cornbread that's yellow and stuff like that. Anyway, here's a loser. He's coming in, gay trolling the chat. He's gonna get blocked. I understand a big part of what people
coming out of gays because every man is less masculine. I'm really masculine. And they feel insecure the masculine and they see an ideal of the others and they see like a really masculine man makes them feel feminine. So like you're gay or something like this because they feel effeminate like a woman compared to the. So I'm being facetious. We had a person claim to be Vietnamese in the chat. So if the Vietnamese I think they get on board or something like this. What I say is you gotta read the newspaper in the chat. Okay. And you're welcome. Okay, I like me my Asian views. Okay. A lot of times the Asians are more friendly, polite, and easy to get along with. And in the average, if you're a man, a masculine man, you appreciate femininity. A lot of the Asian women are not only more beautiful than the average Western female, but they're also more feminine. So for some reason, the satanic agenda to masculinize women has taken more on the Western female. So if you're a man, then they appreciate femininity, and you're not like an average American man. It's like half gay, who is attracted to masculinity. See, I'm not half gay, so I'm not attracted to a masculine woman who's got like a man's personality and energy in a female body, because I'm not half gay. See, so it's like I'm not attracted to masculinity, which means I'm attracted to femininity, and my wife is really feminine. So I'm really masculine, and what type of woman do I go for a really feminine woman? So a lot of times the Asian women are more natural. It's like if you're a man who wants a feminine woman, and why wouldn't you? You have more feminine women in Asia than in the West. So the average Asian female is more feminine than the average Western female, like Swedish American. So quite a lot of macaroni here. And we'll see what angle we'll go for here. Over here. The Vietnamese, much like, so it's like America. Like, what is the last noble, righteous, just war that they had? It's like Vietnam. Bullshit, unnecessary, evil war. Okay. What about the Iraq war? Bullshit, based off of lies, unjust, evil war of aggression. Okay. So it's like maybe you have to go back to World War II to find the last like noble, just war. Where it's like, okay, the Nazis want to kill all the Jews, and we're fighting them. Okay. It's kind of clear cut. It's like it was a just war. You need to stop them because they were murdering all the Jews. Okay. Now since then, it's like when was the last time America had a noble war? Vietnam War was bullshit. Iraq, Afghanistan war bullshit. So, gonna fill up some water here. A little bit less water. Now, on the topic of Asians and genetics, I said it before, I would not be surprised if Asians, it's like if eating rice is more agreeable to them, and eating potatoes for a Swedish person. Do you understand? There might be something too where it's like people in Sweden, like the Nordic countries, where potatoes have been a staple food item for multiple generations. I won't be surprised if it's like potatoes are kind of easier to digest for a person like me, and possibly like rice is easy to digest by people in Asian countries. Understand? There might be a little bit of truth like the ancestral like diet or something like this, which like possibly Chinese people digest rice better or something like this, and people like me might digest nightshade family stuff like potatoes better than
some Asians. Won't be surprised. Here's another thing. They say that Asian people get drunk easier. Now, how much of that is just like the average Asian person has less total blood volume because they're typically more petite than Westerners, and how much is like a genetically metabolite to help them digest alcohol. There's like a thing where like Asians get drunk easier, they say. A big part of it is going to be the average Asian is smaller and has less total blood volume. Yeah, so we have a Vietnamese person here. So notice there's a pattern where both Vietnam were invaded by America, bullshit war based on bullshit, okay, and Iraq. Now both the Viet Cong, the VC, okay, Charlie don't serve, both the VC and the Taliban waged successful warfare utilizing guerrilla warfare tactics to fight the enemy successfully and beat the Americans. So both the VC and the Taliban use similar tactics, guerrilla warfare, which works when engaging a more numerical superiority, firepower advantage, technology. Guerrilla warfare tactics work. So both the Viet Cong, the Vietnamese, they fought the Americans, and one beat them, got them running up, okay, and the Taliban, they both use the same tactics. It's called guerrilla warfare tactics. So for example, shoot and scoot. So rather than like a long drawn out battle, shoot and scoot. It's like have an ambush, shoot, and then go running, and then have another ambush another day. Like booby traps and things like this. So the VC had a lot of traps, and they used traps, okay. And they've been living in tunnels, like little yellow rats, okay, and things like this. Now, here's the point. Yeah, so I'm cooking. Boiling up macaroni. Now, this salt, white plain table salt, external use only, or in the sinuses. So this type of salt, plain white salt, I use that only for like mouthwash and nasal rinses, clean my sinuses out, helps with allergies. This type of salt is what I use for cooking, natural salts. This is a mineral salt, sea salt, and this is Himalayan pink salt. But those are the only two types of salt that I use for my food, and they're healthy. They're not better than some other salts. They have minerals, electrolytes, so aids hydration. This is Himalayan pink salt. Another thing I like to do when boiling stuff is to add some coconut oil. I'm gonna add some coconut oil. There. And I will have this, well, I added a little bit too much water. So I should have waited, okay? The time was a bit off there. Yeah, so I'm gonna add some more coconut oil. Now, pour out some water, and then I will let it evaporate. So let it boil down without a lid, so the water will disappear, and the oil will not evaporate. So the oil will be at the bottom to keep it from burning to the bottom of the macaronis once the water has evaporated. A bit more coconut oil. Some healthy fats, coconut oil, avocado, olive oil, and that's what I use. So the type of fats that I use for cooking, I don't use the canola oil, rapeseed oil, does that sound like a good thing?
canola oil, rapeseed oil, this and that, sunflower oil. I don't like the seed oils. This is avocado, olive oil, and organic coconut oil. And that's what I use for cooking, favorite cooking fats. All of them are healthy. Coconut oil is good for high temperature cooking and stir frying. And olive oil to retain the health benefits, the polyphenols, you don't want to overheat it. Coconut oil is a good all-round fat. We use it for low temperature cooking, baking, whatever. And you can use it for high temperature cooking like stir frying. It has a high smoking point, doesn't readily oxidize, and it's rich in MCTs, medium chain triglycerides, especially good for people on the keto diet. So coconut oil is a healthy fat. Avocado oil is a healthy fat, contains Q10. And olive oil is healthy, largely due to the presence of polyphenols. Okay, and to retain the health benefit of the coconut of the olive oil, you want to consume it as close to raw as possible, meaning unheated. Okay, so if you want to have the olive oil, which is healthy, be as healthy as possible, it's like you pour it over your food uncooked. Okay, like a salad, something like this. Or cook with it to low temperature. So the 3 tier is like olive oil for low temperature cooking or raw, avocado oil second. You can heat up to around 200 something degrees Celsius. Okay, and third is coconut oil. So like temperature cooking, coconut oil high temperature cooking, olive oil kind of mid temperature, and no avocado. Okay, so it's like tier system for heat. Okay. Coconut oil, high temperature cooking, avocado oil, mid temperature, and olive oil, low temperature. So, we have the food here. Turn down the heat a little bit to level 3. We're going to add some avocado oil. So, if you're looking to be healthy, that's one of many things I've been sharing for free with Health Fitness Coaching for years. I recommend olive oil, avocado, and coconut oil, and avoiding the seed oils like sunflower oil and canola oil. I have a bottle of canola oil, which is like, I look like an industrial lubricant because that's what it is. And somehow they trick people into consuming industrial lubricant, like canola oil. So the Rapsoda that I have, I use that for air gun lubrication, not for cooking. Lubrication generally. So meaning I also use it for like a lock there to lubricate it. So a little bit more salt, since I poured out some water. And the water is evaporating there. And I wait until it's evaporated a little bit more. So I'm gonna get some canned food. Be right back. I've never had a Vietnamese girlfriend before, but I do like my Asians, understand. So some guys like blondes, and my type is like generally either brunette or Asian. Okay, so I've dated everything from black women to different types of Asians to white people. Okay, now that's before growing as a Christian. Okay, so as a younger man, I would kind of date and have a girlfriend and another girlfriend, stuff like this. But after growing up a little bit, I decided to stay single until I get married, and I found a woman to get married to, and I stuck to her. No, I've never had a Vietnamese girlfriend really. Well, yes, I did, short term. Dated a Vietnamese girl, and I think we called it a boyfriend girlfriend, but it was short-lived relationship. I think she dumped me actually. Okay, she broke up with me, broke my little achy breaky heart. They go breaking my achy, little breaky heart again. Okay, so I remember her still. She her last name was Tran. Okay, and I'm not doxing her because it's kind of like a common Vietnamese last name, like Nguyen. Nguyen is another common Vietnamese surname, but Tran. Okay, so and I'm not really the first name, but she was a pretty attractive Vietnamese woman with really large boobs for a Vietnamese woman. I remember that. Okay, don't get the story. But that's the point. It was short-lived. Okay, and she actually broke up with me. So I like my Asians. Asian women are beautiful. That's my type, I would say. Here's this guy, Bulens Pilsnerkorv. He's got a picture of a guy's face here. I've joked before, this is the alpha male, the biggest alpha male in Sweden. He's got his wiener eating more Swedish women than anybody else. See, so this is a canned hot dogs, okay? So we're gonna dump some of that in there. Pour out the sausage. Some folks are born silver spoon in hand. I don't know how to help themselves. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't a fortunate son. No. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. I'm having all of them actually. Sometimes I have half a can for today's omelet meal. Put the can in the fridge, and the other half the next day. Today I'm having all of them, all 8 of them. This is my favorite canned sausage. That's one. It has organs, meats. And I think it's one of the things that I like experimentally bought them, or somebody else bought and I tasted it. And I'm like, wow, this is really good. And they said, why is it so tasty in contrast to other type of sausages? And I read and it's got organ meats in it. So I think that's might be why they're so much more tasty, due to the presence of organ meats. So, I'm not big on organ meats, but on a rare occasion I have. I used to buy chicken hearts, frozen chicken hearts, and that was a hit. Pretty cheap in the forest store. I haven't done it for a while, but I used to buy frozen chicken hearts. It'd be somewhere around maybe $2 a pack, if I recall, for like a small pack of frozen chicken hearts. Then Angel Deer Brand, I think it was, and real tasty. Now they're deceptively slow cooking. It's mostly muscle, I guess, so it doesn't heat up well. So it's like there's mostly surface heat, and it doesn't really transfer that well. So it's mostly like a muscle, and if it's like some fat in there, that helps to cook it. So if you buy chicken hearts, you need to make sure it takes kind of long to cook. Longer to cook. It's not just like you can have some other meat the same size that will cook faster, but the chicken hearts cook slow. So give it a top down view here. Bulens Pilsnerkorv and gluten-free macaronis. Next up, a can from yesterday, corned beef, about half a can or 2/3 of a can. This is one of my favorites too, corned beef, canned items. I eat a lot of canned food. Part of the reason is I'm a target video, and part of the program is they want to poison you. And it's harder, at least a little bit harder to poison you if you consume canned foods. It's harder to open, reseal, tamper with your food if you buy cans than if you buy some other stuff. So, the harder is not the same as impossible. Remember. So, there's some corned beef in here. And here's another thing people can learn from me. I look at food as a nutrient delivery system more so than a source of pleasure. Because people eat for entertainment, like feel good. Well, what is it's gonna be cookies and milkshakes and ice creams and Twinkies and Ho-Hos, okay? Whereas I look at more like a nutrient delivery system, and I'm prioritizing making it as healthy as possible, more so than working to focusing on making it tastier. And I'm cutting. I'll be banging and banging and banging, giving you triplets. So I'll be cutting this up here. Okay. So I saw Conor McGregor is gonna fight apparently. I'm betting on Conor McGregor because I'm betting man. I'm picking my pick. Conor McGregor is gonna fight. I don't even know who he was. Was Max Holloway? I don't even know who the opponent is. But I know that Conor McGregor is gonna fight. So my pick is Conor McGregor is gonna win. Mark my words. Mike's fight prediction. Conor McGregor will take the win. He'll win. I just said a 4.5 second short, so I can go rub it in your face and be like, I told you so. After the fight has been and go, yeah, I told you so, guys. So my pick is Conor McGregor. And I'm crushing this corned beef here. I'm also crushing the content maker here with my stream and crushing the corned beef. Now what we're gonna get? Gonna get some garlic. These are solo garlics. Okay. And I'm gonna be cutting this. And I'll be banging her, banging her, banging her, giving you triplets. I'm gonna be banging her and then give her triplets. That's a joke. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this. These are solo garlics. They're called solo garlics. These are my favorite garlics. Why? There's less peeling per gram of garlic, okay? So the ones that come in little like cloves, like an orange or something, there's more peeling for a given amount of garlic. So this is less peeling per gram of garlic. And it's like a meatball made of garlic. So it's pretty simple. And how I peel this is to get the thumb here, cut the bottom, catch the edge of the peel, and then peel it with the knife like this. It's pretty simple. I'm going to grate the garlic in there. Garlic contains allicin, which has health benefits. Now you want to consume it raw, like the olive oil, to retain those health benefits. Allicin is destroyed by heat. So if you want the maximum health benefits from garlic, other than the sulfuric content, like the sulfur, MSM, whatever, you think it's something called MSM, and garlic has some of that too. Now, for the maximum health benefit, if you want the allicin, the benefits of the allicin in garlic, you want to consume it raw. And allicin is released when you create tissue damage to the onion, much like to the garlic, much like onions release curcumin when tissue damage, which means when you crush garlic, you release allicin. When you cut onions, red or yellow, you release curcumin, which is anti-inflammatory, it's an antioxidant. Same with chili, it's when you damage the chili, it releases capsaicin, which is also antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. So what I'm going to do now, which means what? That this is mostly adding the garlic is actually for the flavor. If I want the maximum health benefits, I'll grate it over the food after I'm done cooking it. So I do have garlic tablets that I take with my meal, getting the allicin in there. And one of the garlic tablets contains as much allicin as 1 clove of garlic, it says on the bottle, like 1 piece. So now I have garlic tablets. If I didn't, I grate this over my food to have it raw for the allicin. Since I have garlic tablets, I'm adding the garlic for flavor. There you go. Now, I'm gonna pour some olive oil on top of the food. Do the top-down view here. If you appreciate my content, you feel like, oh, I got some entertainment, learn some stuff, I appreciate this, and you want to support what I'm doing. My wife has a PayPal link, and it's on my About page. If people want to donate, can go look at my About page. I have a PayPal link that goes to my wife. My wife is a Thai woman, and I love her. She's beautiful, and her family, I really love her. Not just for being beautiful, but just who she is. So, I turned on the heat to level 1. I'm gonna stir a little bit here. Add some black pepper and curcumin. Turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, which is also anti-inflammatory. As a general rule of thumb, things that are natural, like spices, herbs, and vegetables, that are anti-inflammatory, they're good for your health. Okay. Disease is oxidative stress inflammation. So things are antioxidant, they decrease oxidative stress, aka inflammation. Those are interchangeably used, oxidative stress and inflammation. So things are antioxidant are good for your health. So turmeric contains curcumin, a natural antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. It decreases oxidative stress inflammation, which is good for your health. And things that induce, exacerbate oxidative stress inflammation are bad for your health, like sugar. It's pretty simple. Disease is oxidative stress. Aging is oxidative stress. So the simple health fitness truth, very simple, is things that are natural and decrease oxidative stress are good for your health. And think that things that induce oxidative stress inflammation are bad for health. So black pepper, if you're looking to enrich your food with spices that are healthy, turmeric, ginger, and black pepper together, anti-inflammatory powerhouse trio. Turmeric contains curcumin, ginger contains gingerols, both of which are anti-inflammatory, decrease oxidative stress inflammation, and black pepper contains piperine, which enhances the absorption of the curcumin in the turmeric by up to 2,000%. So a good health spice trio to make your food healthier is turmeric, ginger, and black pepper. Black pepper contains piperine, which enhances the absorption, which means you get more anti-inflammation effect, health benefit from a given amount of turmeric or ginger if you consume it with black pepper, which is why you find black pepper, piperine, as an ingredient in a lot of herbal supplements, such as ashwagandha, because it enhances the absorption of certain herbal natural ingredients. So pretty simply, oxidative stress is disease. The more oxidative stress, the more unhealthy you are, the faster you age. So things, very simple. Once you get wisdom, at first it's complex. I got to a point where everything is more simple again, where simply disease is oxidative stress inflammation. Things that lower inflammation are good for your health. Things that give you inflammation are bad for your health. Sugar gives you inflammation. Toxic chemicals induce oxidative stress inflammation. Turmeric contains curcumin, an antioxidant. An antioxidant and anti-inflammatory are one and the same thing. So if you look at Google like turmeric health benefits, you go, some articles say it's anti-inflammatory. That's why it's good for your health. Lowers inflammation. Other would be it's an antioxidant. So antioxidant, anti-inflammatory are pretty much the same thing. It's like almost always interchangeably used. Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Oxidative stress, inflammation. So now simply, things that induce oxidative stress inflammation, cause inflammation, are bad for your health. Toxins cause damage by being oxidative, inducing oxidative stress. So simply, things that lower inflammation are natural, and like to make a distinction, so nobody gets that. Oh, I remember ibuprofen. They say it's anti-inflammatory. It's an NSAID, and also an anti-inflammatory drug. I'm not saying ibuprofen. That's what I like to say. Things that are natural and lower inflammation are good for your health. Like turmeric spice, added to your food, anti-inflammatory. Ginger, anti-inflammatory. Chili, anti-inflammatory. And things that give you oxidative stress, sugar, toxic chemical exposure, the only way they can hurt is by inducing oxidative stress inflammation. So, antioxidants are naturally good for your health. Pro-oxidant, oxidative stress inducing agents, substances are bad for your health. So simply, a lot of things, if people look at my health fitness coaching, somebody understands what I'm talking about. Oh, his coaching is intended to decrease oxidative stress inflammation in a person's body. Eat less sugar. Take vitamin C. Okay. Eat less sugar. Stop using all these toxic chemical hydrogen cleaning chemicals. There are what? Oxidative stress inducing toxic chemicals, a lot of them. And switch to more natural alternatives. See? So it's pretty simple. You want to improve health, decrease oxidative stress inflammation. Then you want to get sick, and then you eat a lot of sugar, and you understand. So it's pretty simple. And then it's going to be, once you get that, it's like things that lower inflammation are good for your health. Things that give you inflammation are bad for your health. Generally. Now it's like the knowledge of how much of certain vitamins that are anti-inflammatory you need is the remaining part. It's like vitamin C, for example. There's another thing. Don't waste your money. Put your powder on the most bang for your buck antioxidant supplementation. So that astaxanthin is one of these gimmicky supplements where it's like the ORAC values database. It's like astaxanthin will have a high ORAC, oxygen radical, or whatever. They will have like a theoretically higher antioxidant effect, but not actually inside of the body. Meaning distribution of ascorbic acid is better than astaxanthin, which means ascorbic acid has a vitamin C, small molecule size, which means it gets distributed well. So you get the vitamin C that lowers inflammation wherever it goes, all over your body. Whereas astaxanthin doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier like vitamin C does. I don't think it does. If so, it's not as well. So you don't want to waste your money on astaxanthin supplements. You're better off spending it on vitamin C, regular and liposomal. And with liposomal, you want to ensure that you get a solid liposomal. And the one that I take and trust is Liver Labs Alternate C liposomal. I tried other ones like the Aurora one and some other one I bought off Amazon. And the one that I settled for after experimenting and researching is Liver Labs Alternate C liposomal. And I haven't taken that for a while. I've been thinking about getting back to it. But yeah, here's my health fitness coaching. Decrease your daily sugar intake. I've taught this protocol that's very powerful, important, and valuable for free. Here's a simple protocol to improve your health. Decrease your daily sugar intake. Aim to stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. The closer to zero, the better. Okay. We're not kind of fruit sugar. If you eat an orange, that doesn't count towards the daily limit. So Mike's health fitness coaching, this protocol will improve a person's health. Understand? Decrease the daily sugar intake. Stay below 20 grams of sugar per day, as opposed to the 80 plus grams the average American consumes according to statistics. So get below 20 grams of sugar, and the closer to 0 grams per day, the better. So that's one of them. Okay. Start counting grams of sugar and stay below 20 per day. Okay. Now, the good news is fruit sugar in its natural occurring forms does not count towards the daily 20 gram Mike's health fitness protocol limit. So if you eat a banana and it has X amount of fruit sugar in it, that doesn't count toward the daily sugar limit. We're talking white refined sugar added to your diet, okay? So eating an orange or a banana or cherries or a strawberry, that doesn't count towards the 20 grams of fruit sugar, okay? We're talking white refined sugar added to your diet, to your food. So Mike's Pro Health Fitness Protocol, basic, level 1. Quit the sugar or at least eat less than 20 grams of sugar per day. Detox your life generally. Replace as many toxic chemical, fragrance, perfume, hygiene, home cleaning chemicals as possible with more natural alternatives, such as natural Aleppo soap. That's what I use.
You can buy multi-pack natural apple soap, use it for showering, washing hands, cleaning your floors, countertop cleaning, and that will replace a lot of these toxic chemical, oxidative stress inducing, potentially toxic chemicals. I've been for years recommending people stop using softener in washing clothes and don't use all these perfume hygiene home cleaning products. Okay, so I recommend that you switch what you're using now, shampoo, hand washing soap, to more natural alternatives, natural apple soap. So 1 stable 20 grams of sugar per day, close to 0 the better. 4 mental physical health benefit. Okay, looking, feeling better, improving generally. Stable 20 grams of sugar. 1, detox your life generally. 2, which includes, but it's not limited to, replace as many of your toxic chemical, hygiene, perfume, fragrance, hygiene, home cleaning chemicals as possible with more natural alternatives. So stop using fucking cologne and deodorant with the fine aluminum powder in it that you put on a high absorption area where the blood vessels are close to the skin here, okay? And stop using softener when you wash your clothes and spray cologne and use other perfume products, okay? And switch to natural apple soap, okay? Switch to natural apple soap. So 1, quit the sugar, at least stable 10 grams of sugar per day, close to 0 the better. Replace as many of your hygiene home cleaning products as possible with more natural alternatives. I don't use softener, I don't use perfume products, I don't use countertop cleaner, I don't wash my clothes with softener, I don't use the multiple chemical shampoo. I use natural apple soap. Has like 2 or 3 ingredients: olive oil, salt, a form of sodium, and laurer oil. Okay. I use that for washing my hands, hand washing pots and pans. So I'm incredibly valuable to you. Because first of all, body, like you're using retarded things right now. It's stupid to have everything have perfume and chemicals in it. Like the shampoo most people are using have so many unnecessary ingredients, like perfume and stuff, and hand washing soap and stuff. I don't just leave you hanging to figure out a replacement, but I teach you a replacement. So what's something when Microsoft tells you that I don't trust the hygiene products most people use, I personally believe they're bad for your health. Like the average person's soap, the average man with the average low testosterone and low energy and everything else. The average person in Sweden and America uses like Head and Shoulders, like Axe body gel, okay. Something that has perfume, fragrances, styrene, this, that, other chemical to shower and wash the hands, okay, and countertop cleaning, all these chemical fumes, okay, and use all these perfume products. What I use is natural apple soap. So I have a bar of natural apple. What is natural apple soap? It's a type, not a brand, okay? So if you want to find natural apple soap, you type into Amazon, if you do Amazon shopping, natural apple soap. You could type in apple soap, but you'll have some of them that are perfumed then. So if you type in natural, you have more returns page 1 that are fragrance free, which is what I recommend, okay? So what can replace this? You buy a multi-pack of natural apple soap, okay? And verify if you see something looks promising, wherever you do your shopping, if it's on Amazon, natural apple soap, oh, it's a 4-pack for this price, looks good. Verify that it says like perfume fragrance free, okay? And you can, I have one bar here that I use for hand washing pots and pans. Got like steel wool or a sponge, rub it on there, some warm water, and I use that for hand washing pots and pans, utensils, whatever. I got a bathroom bar that I use to wash my hands after taking a piss or whatever I'm doing. I got one in the shower that I use for showering, okay? And I also use the bathroom bar for making soap water for cleaning my floors with a bucket of mop. And I'm not releasing perfume and all these chemicals into there every time I do, see? So Mike's Up Pro Health Fitness Protocol. 1, quit the sugar. Aim to stay below 20 grams. Go from 80 plus, that average person gets according to statistics, to 20 minus grams of sugar. The closer to 0, the better, okay? So 1, stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. Closer to 0, the better. 2, replace, detox your life generally. And I could talk for hours about optimization, all different things that you can do to get less toxin influx per day, week, month. Okay. Now, like power punches, combos, it's like the average person uses this, that, and the other thing to replace as many toxic chemical, perfume, fragrance, hygiene, home cleaning products as possible with more natural, superior alternatives. and such as natural apple soap. So you can use natural apple soap, perfume-free, to wash your hands, shower, clean your floors, even countertop cleaning. Okay. Stop using softener in the washing machine. Okay. 3. Okay, so 1, go on a low sugar diet. Stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. 2, switch to natural apple soap for showering, hand washing, so on and so forth. 3, a supplement protocol. Okay, types and amounts. 6 grams of vitamin C per day. And that's kind of really lowballing it. I like to tell you 9 or 12, okay? But let's go for 6, okay? It's enough to make a difference, albeit a little bit too low. Okay, now it's enough to make a difference. So 6 grams of vitamin C per day, 2 grams 3 times per day, 2 grams morning, 2 grams middle of the day, 2 grams end of the day, totaling 6,000 milligrams per day ascorbic acid, vitamin C. What type of vitamin C? Pure ascorbic acid. I buy the powder in bulk and make vitamin C water. A heaping teaspoon of vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid, equals 6,000 milligrams, 6 grams. So all you gotta do is, if you want to follow my advice, get 6 grams of vitamin C per day, 2 grams 3 times per day. You get a glass container, fill it to a third with water, cold water, add a heaping teaspoon of vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid, stir it up, add some more water. While you mix it in there, you have 6 grams of vitamin C in there. Now how do I get 2 grams 3 times per day? You drink a third of that liquid 3 times per day. Now I would recommend you get a liter bottle, okay? And then you get a heaping teaspoon of vitamin C. So I'm incredibly valuable, because I'm not only just teaching the pattern, I'm teaching all the details, not just like what you're using now is bad for your health. Okay, stop. It's like, here's something you can use instead. Here's where to find it, okay? With vitamin C, this amount, and here's how to get it. So, with vitamin C, you don't want effervescent, ester C, this or that other thing. You want pure ascorbic acid, which is the science name for vitamin C, like water, aka H2O, okay? So ascorbic acid is vitamin C. Vitamin C is ascorbic acid. So, Mike's, I recommend a supplement protocol, part of the basic protocol here. 6 grams of vitamin C per day, 2 grams morning, 2 grams middle of the day, 2 grams end of the day. So, how do I follow that? What type of vitamin C, Mike? You get vitamin C powder. You can buy it in bulk on Amazon. You search ascorbic acid fucking powder on Amazon, numbskull, okay? You search ascorbic acid. You sound scared. Yeah, you're a fucking retard, understand? You get 80 grams of sugar per day, but I tell you to get ascorbic acid. Oh, it sounds bad. You fucking idiot. You dump 80 grams of crystal sugar into your body every day, but I tell you to get 6 grams of vitamin C powder, and you think that's crazy. But you get 88 grams of sugar, which is a crystal. That, okay, you get 88 grams of sugar per day, but you think I'm crazy to take 6 grams of vitamin C, okay? See, I'm so scary, crazy, too much. Too much is the sugar you're getting every day, okay? So, 6 grams of vitamin C per day. How? Get pure ascorbic acid powder. You can find on Amazon by searching vitamin C powder, either that, or ascorbic acid powder. You find something that looks promising, a can of like a pound or an ounce or a bag, okay? You verify after seeing something looks promising, it's like 2.2 pounds, it looks cheap. You check to make sure it's only vitamin C, it's the only ingredient, ascorbic acid. You order it, now you have it at home, you get a liter bottle, glass bottle. You get a teaspoon, scoop up a heaping teaspoon of ascorbic acid powder, and dump it in the glass bottle, okay? The liter glass bottle. Pour some cold water. You can do this to stir it. A little bit more. Okay, you get the idea. Until it's filled to the top, you have a liter, and there's not a lot of powder in the bottom. Okay, it's like it's mixed in, it's dissolved. Now you have a liter with 6 grams of vitamin C in there. Okay, 6,000 milligrams. Now, how do you get the Mike's Up protocol of 2 grams 3 times per day? You drink a third of that bottle 3 times per day. And if you're lazy or like not willing to do like 3 doses per day, you can have half morning, half night. So it'll be 3 grams morning, 3 grams night. Now you get more bang for your buck of those 6 grams if you divide it into 3 doses, 2, 4, 6, rather than 3, 3. Okay, so that's the most important part of pork, I would say. So 6 grams of vitamin C per day. I just taught you how. You can return to this video and take fucking notes if you need to, Nick. So here's the point. So okay. So here's the point. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So what can I say? So here's the point. My point is this. Okay. Yeah. So okay. My point is this. Måste kolla och så vidare. Here's the point. So nega måste kolla. You know that nega in Chinese is like a filler word. Okay. So don't get confused when you say nega. Because it's a Chinese word. And it's like a filler word. So if you listen to Chinese people talking, I don't care if it's Cantonese or Mandarin, you're gonna go and nega, and that base is like a filler word, what Chinese people use as a filler word. Where it's like, what was gonna say, kind of like, you hear nega a lot of times. So nega, okay. So anyway, here's the point. Yeah, so 6 grams vitamin C. Next, magnesium, 1,000 milligrams per day. Half morning, ultimately I'd say 1/3 of that gram in the morning and 2/3 at night, okay, afternoon, night. Magnesium. And don't get OCD about it, neurotic. If it's like you find a supplement where it's like you take 2 doses. So ultimately you want to divide it into more than 2 doses. And that's true for a lot of supplements, that it's ultimately to divide the daily milligram amount into several doses. Okay, certain things do well 1 time per day, like vitamin D3, omega-3 fish oil, and some other things. But I recommend you get aim for 1,000 milligrams of magnesium per day, okay? And get 1/3 of that in the morning and 1/3 at night. Why? No, 2/3 at night. Why at night 2/3? Because it has a calming effect. So it helps you to induce sleep and enhance your sleep quality. It's one effect of sufficient magnesium supplementation, adequate. It helps you fall asleep, and it helps to have better sleep quality when you're sleeping. Okay, so it can help to induce a sleep state in people that have a problem falling asleep, largely by calming you down. So things to help you calm down generally help you to fall asleep. Okay, because your body has to be relaxed for you to fall asleep. Okay, so vitamin C, magnesium has a muscle relaxing effect and just psychological relaxing as well. So a gram of magnesium, 6 grams vitamin C, okay, 2 magnesium, 1 gram, 1,000 milligrams. And ultimately get 1/3 of that morning, around 1/3, and 2/3 at night or in the afternoon. So if you find a supplement that has 500 magnesium, 500 milligrams per tablet or capsule, I recommend capsule for most supplements. It's superior to tablets. Yeah, if you find a magnesium supplement that has 500 milligrams per tablet, you can take 1 morning and 1 night. Now, if you find one that has like 250 milligrams per tablet, you can take, or capsule, you can take 1 morning and then 2 at night. That'll be around 750 milligrams, a little bit low, but still close to a gram. You can do the calculations yourself. So, magnesium, aim for 1 gram per day. D3, 6,000 IUs of D3 per day with K2. You can take that once per day with a meal, okay? So, vitamin C, magnesium, D3, K2. Vitamin C, 6 grams per day, divided into 3 2-gram doses. Magnesium, 1,000 milligrams per day, divided into at least 2 doses. Better yet, 3, okay? Vitamin D3, 6,000 IUs, okay, with K2. You want to make a D3 supplement that contains K2, okay? Don't supplement with iron and calcium and copper. So I don't recommend people to get multivitamins because most of them have copper, calcium, and iron, which is something that most people have too much of, toxic levels of iron and calcium. The average Western adult have toxic levels of iron and calcium, which would be exacerbated if you start taking a multivitamin that has both calcium, iron, and copper in it. Okay, so if you have a multivitamin,
I'm not saying get paranoid because I told you iron and calcium, you have toxic levels of it, and you've been basically poisoning yourself. So you're getting non-therapeutic amounts of magnesium in multivitamin, vitamin C, and vitamin D and stuff, but you're getting anti-therapeutic amounts of calcium and iron and copper. So I don't recommend people to take a multivitamin unless you can find one that doesn't contain iron, calcium, and copper. Last time I checked, actually Frank Tufano has a decent, for me looking at it, multivitamin on his website, where I looked at it, and if I recall, his multivitamin didn't have iron and calcium in it. Okay, now that'd be real. Like 90% of multivitamins on the market have both iron and calcium in it, which most Western adults have too much of. If you want my 2 cents, okay. So either don't take a multivitamin, or take one if you want to take a multivitamin that has no iron and calcium in it and copper. So you're not getting enough. People think I take a multivitamin, I got all the vitamins I need. It has this, that, and other thing. It has too little to be really effective in the good stuff, and too much of the bad stuff. See, so a multivitamin has iron and calcium, and it's bad for you, and it has low amounts, non-therapeutic amounts of subtherapeutic amounts, meaning less than enough to have a good health benefit. So a multivitamin has anti-therapeutic amounts of calcium and iron, enough to cause health problems, and it has subtherapeutic amounts of vitamin C, D, magnesium, and these other things. Okay, so a lot of supplements you want them as a standalone. Okay, like vitamin C as a standalone supplement, magnesium as a standalone supplement, D3K2 as a standalone. So the protocol, health fitness protocol, and the deep state fears this, because you know if people take this advice, they will look better. They will notice how they look better in the mirror within a week. This protocol, people get on it, they'll be noticeable improvement in 90% of people that get on the protocol stay on it. Like a week to a month, most people notice a difference how they feel mentally and physically, the energy levels, what they look like in the mirror, that the skin quality improves, decrease in anxiety. They notice a difference. This protocol will induce a noticeable possible difference in 90% of people that get on it. Now here's the thing, paradoxically, you might feel worse initially get on protocol because you get sugar withdrawal, because you've been eating 80 plus grams of sugar per day, and my protocol includes going from 80 plus to 20 minus grams of sugar. So vitamin C, magnesium, D3K2. Okay, now additional supplements. So the most important ones, vitamin C, D3K2. So a D3 with K2. Magnesium, vitamin C, D3K2. At least get those, okay? And I base that off of having learned about all-cause mortality, and a study that I heard about, that if people take these 3 supplements, all-cause mortality goes down, okay? Now, additional supplements, so get at least those. Vitamin C, magnesium, D3K2 every day. And if you can't get to the levels due to financial reasons of 6 grams vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams magnesium, 6,000 IUs D3K2, which most people will, get as close to those levels as possible. Okay. Now, additional supplements, that better yet, you take these 2: niacinamide, vitamin B3, bare minimum 500 milligrams per day. And I really believe that the baseline for the average adult should be 1.5 grams, 1,500 milligrams niacinamide. And that will do good to decrease the risk that you develop depression, anxiety problems, and things like this. Niacinamide. So, and it can have a therapeutic effect for some people that feel stressed and anxious and things like this. Now, 1,500 milligrams niacinamide per day. And you can take 500 milligrams in the morning and 1,000 grams towards the afternoon. If that's too much, you get at least 500 milligrams of magnesium or of niacinamide. And a lot of people, you have less people getting depressed if everybody started taking 500 milligrams of niacinamide as a young person, like 18 years old, or even 1,500. You have less people getting depressed, getting anxious, getting like anxiety problems, and also big pharma drug, I believe. If people will be taking a gram and a half of niacinamide, vitamin B3 per day, you have less people getting mental health problems, ending up with some big pharma drugs. Okay, so 1,500 milligrams of niacinamide per day, or at least 500 milligrams. Okay. A B complex, a good B complex, is another good supplement to take, and I'd say 1 to 3 a day. Okay, and you want to make sure it doesn't have copper either. Some of them might have copper, but a good B complex, and I'd say 1 to 3 per day. I take around 3 B complex per day, and the one I have contains 10 milligrams of zinc, so I get a 30 milligrams of zinc from my 3 B complex tablets per day. Okay, so omega-3 fish oil is another good one. So yeah, max out Pro Health Fitness, Pro Beauty, Pro Longevity protocol. Get below 20 grams of sugar per day. Stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. 1. Decrease daily sugar intake. Aim to stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. 2. Detox your life. Replace your toxic chemical, perfume, fragrance, hygiene, home cleaning chemicals with more natural alternatives, such as natural apple soap. 3. Get on the supplement protocol. 6 grams vitamin C daily, 2 grams 3 times per day, pure ascorbic acid. 6,000 IU's vitamin D3 with K2, and 1,000 milligrams of magnesium per day. If you can, you also get a B complex per day, at least 1, tablet or capsule. And niacinamide, vitamin B3, 500 milligrams at least. Now, I got to do a disclaimer here. Nothing I've said is this content is not intended to replace the care of licensed physician. Nothing I've said is to be taken as medical advice information. It's not intended to replace the care of licensed physician, a medical professional. Talk to a doctor, a licensed medical professional, before making any changes to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and or medication. Talk to a doctor before starting to or stop to take any supplements or medications. And that disclaimer, the reason I do disclaimer is that because I think my health advice might kill you, understand? It's to protect myself from medical misinformation strikes. Where on YouTube, if you just go wild and go like, give like random health fitness advice and you don't make it clear they're not a licensed medical professional, they might give you a strike. Okay? Some people got a strike during COVID for saying the vaccine word, or just using the word vaccine and not looking happy saying it, kinda. So YouTube is not like the Shangri-La of like free health fitness teaching, okay? And if you're really competent, you're actually more likely to get strikes, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's like Liver King didn't get medical misinformation strikes, pumping voids and doing ancestral tenants. But somebody like me, that is truly valuable, and sooner or later people will realize how valuable I've been. I've been vindicated sooner or later. Since I've been teaching for years, I've already seen it become more commonplace. People talk about sugar as a drug. Even Mike Tyson used to start talking about sugar as a drug, like I've been saying for 8+ years on YouTube. And I'm not saying he copied me, I say it's like I was first, it's a trailblazer, cutting edge. Like things that I've been saying to people, it's starting to show up on major podcasts. I've been talking about I take 10+ grams of creatine, and it's like recently Ronna Patrick talks about taking many grams of creatine. Recent study shows taking about 10 grams of creatine can have this and that effect. It's like, oh, I've been for years saying I take 20 grams of creatine per day, okay? And talk about perfume being bad for your health, perfume fragrance products. I see that show up on viral posts on Instagram and things like this. So you'll be missing out by not taking my advice, and I do. So I'm getting some more avocado oil here. Here is my ketchup, Johnny's jalapeno ketchup, that I enhanced by adding hot chili sauce, Tabasco brand, super hot, seriously hot scorpion sauce, and some other ingredients, all of them, this and that. I'm gonna add some of this too. And it's about a tablespoon. So this is the first ingredient that has some sugar. So I'm not joking when I say I consume less than 10 grams of sugar per day. This is my 1 meal per day. None of the other ingredients have sugar in it, of like serious amount. Maybe the sausages, all the sausages had like 3 grams combined of sugar in them, at worst. Yeah, per 100 grams, 0.8 grams of sugars, okay? So,
this is why it's so easy for me I told you before, I stay on 20 grams of sugar per day as opposed to the 80 plus. So the gluten-free macaroni doesn't have any sugar. The corned beef doesn't have any sugar. If so, it's like a super low amount. So there's gonna be less than 3 grams of sugar in all the ingredients I put in the pot before adding this ketchup. And this ketchup might have in a deciliter maybe 7-8 grams of sugar or something, or 12 at worst. So that's the first thing I added. It might have a little sugar, like serious amounts. So in total, I guesstimate there's less than 10 grams of sugar in here. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some coconut cream here. This is Ica Asia coconut cream. Gonna add some coconut cream. So, see what else. Well, we'll turn off the stove here. So it's hard to avoid chemicals. Obviously, yes, that's correct. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna promote some losing it. Like, I'm gonna get chemicals on me no matter what. So let's not do anything to get less chemicals into my body. So if you go to the supermarket or sit on public transport like a bus, you're gonna be inhaling the fumes of soap and other people use to wash your clothes and their cologne. But you'll be less poisoned if you don't put it on yourself. So you should aim to decrease the toxin influx. And it's like a common loser's mentality. It's like people like me, they are better than you, okay, looking and performing and sharp and mentally. They're teaching you how to improve. They go like, decrease the daily toxin exposure. Well, there's toxins everywhere. It's hard to avoid. So it's like, since I'm gonna be exposed to toxins to some level, I'm not gonna try to reduce how much toxins I get. That's a loser mentality. So it's hard to avoid chemicals. What type of loser? You get a fucking block pussy, okay? You fucking loser, gang stalking, body troll. I've had enough of your pussy shit, understand? I know that you're a fucking gang stalker. You were here yesterday. And notice how I was right. When this guy showed up, it's like, looks like a body troll. And he was writing comments, and it shows that it's like a fake supporter that's worked to manipulate me, and I played the long game body troll. To be like, Mike is a Christian. He's talking about martial arts. Let's try to subtly insinuate his Eastern mysticism and a bad Christian so far this change martial arts. And then now again you show up, and it's a negative comment where I teach decrease your toxin exposure, because it's hard to avoid chemicals. What type of loser? What are you contributing? It's like Mike's teaching people how to improve their health. It's hard to, okay, see? It's just like dead weight. So it's hard to avoid chemicals. That sounds like a loser mentality. It's like, eat less sugar. It's hard because a lot of things in the American supermarket have sugar that you're choosing to buy. They have plenty of alternatives on low sugar. So it's hard to avoid chemicals. That's your comment. So what I'm teaching is, put less chemicals on you. Stop washing clothes with softener. Stop using shampoo that's perfumed and loaded with chemicals.
Stop using hand washing soap. And that will make a person have a lot less toxic chemical exposure every day. Now, if you go on a public transport, a bus, you'll be inhaling the fumes of other people's clothes washed with soft and cologne, but you get 90% less chemical toxin exposure per month if you get on my protocol. So it's not like, well, since I'm going to get some toxic chemical exposure every day, let's not do anything to get less toxic chemical exposure. So you're kind of like a mouthpiece for cancer. Go fuck yourself. It's like, I knew this person was a body troll, and they've been giving themselves away as usual. Get him blocked. The game soccer pro can try again some other time to send some body troll, see how long they survive next time. Okay? This person was in yesterday. So here's another thing. I might stop sending. I'm getting frustrated. I feel like maybe I'll stop sending invite links to every trash doctor, because he always tells me I'd love to be a guest on channel sometimes, and I've been sending him links every day for 2 weeks, and he never joined one time. Okay, including like around midnight, morning, evening, Monday, Saturday, Friday, and for like 2+ weeks or something, he didn't join once. Okay, so it's like it started to become. I might stop sending invite links to him, because I send him links every time I go live, and for like 2 weeks he did join one of those times. But he always tells me, I'd love to join your podcast one of these days. And I send him links every day for like 2 weeks, and I one time did join. But he sends me emails every day that he'd love to see, like, I'd love to be a guest on your podcast someday. And then I send him a link. I send him a link to this live show I have ready to go, didn't show up. Around midnight, morning, evening, Monday, Saturday. Last night I was wearing a t-shirt that says poison on it too. There's been some red flags that possibly he's been talking about a gang stalking program to become like a gang stalker. I would not be surprised if he's been talked to. Now, I'm not saying at this point that he has, but there's been some red flags. So one of the ways to get people to talk to me, find Mike, is like the covert abuse tactics, to have like put on a t-shirt that has like a subtle message. It's like, so there's been some red flags there. Now, I'm not going to cut him off yet. Now, this person, they got blocked, joined something. He was a body troll, a cyber stalker, a love bombing agent. Whereas I get that sometimes, and I'd said it right away in the show that you look like you might be a body troll, but again, a benefit for that, not for him to hang himself. And it was confirmed. It's like his one comment is not like interesting or stuff like this. It's like working to sabotage my health fitness coaching. So as I'm talking about like surefire ways to improve people's health, his comment, it's hard to avoid chemicals. When I've been telling people, stop using toxic chemical hiding home cleaning products and switch to more natural alternatives, which will get the person a lot less poison with toxic chemicals. So it's like a kind of like work. It'd be like if I go start fasting and eat less sugar. It's hard to eat less sugar. It's like sabotage my health fitness coaching, like anti-motivational. Okay, which like it's hard to avoid chemicals. What type of fucking comment is that? I'm teaching people how to get less toxic chemicals into the body, and it's like, but it's hard to get less chemicals in whites. That's some bullshit, understand? Now here's what the beauty. I will make a dramatic impact, undeniably. I'm already undeniable. But it will come to a point where it's like, it's too late, critical mass. There's some people get on my protocol and then will get out. I took this guy Mike's advice. I look better, feel better, I have more energy. And it's gonna come a point where it's like, it's undeniable. So notice, notice how, here's another thing. The reason I get few comments because I'm shadow banned on YouTube, which means people, they subscribe to me. YouTube unsubscribes them from my channel, okay? They don't let subscriptions stick. It doesn't make any sense that I'll be getting as few comments as I get on my videos. So anyway, that person I blocked with little loose comment, they're a body troll, a love bombing agent. They want to get paid to have gang stalking, cyber stalking trolls. That had a job, and most of the time they get sent to attack me. This person was put up to play the long game and pretend to be like a neutral, positive person. And then slowly but surely they start working to manipulate me and my viewers and the perception management and things like this. So they got blocked. So it's like, what type of comment is that? I'm teaching people how to be healthy, and a big part of it is tell them to stop using toxic chemical, chemicals, which will help a person's health. And the person is a comment, it's hard to avoid chemicals. How is it hard to stop choosing to buy shampoo that has 16 different chemicals in it? And to stop pouring softener chemicals into your washing machine? And to stop using chemical-laden hand washing soap and countertop cleaner? It's not like that's hard. You just have to stop buying and using it and buy natural apple soap and use that instead. So people should be thankful because this is incredibly valuable, this protocol. They've been working hard to teach without being paid a cent, okay? And it's more valuable than the last year of uploads of Ben Asari's YouTube channel combined. This one video I just made. It's more valuable for people looking to lose belly fat, look better, feel better, have more energy than the last year of uploads on Ben Asari's YouTube channel in this one live stream. See? If not a year, then a month. So I just finished cooking, and we'll see if I keep this going or start a new one eating. And I really hope that Edward the Trash Talker has to be recruited by the gang stalker program to be like a gang stalker. I really hope he has it. If I became sure, I'll let you know. Sometimes it can be red flags. So, yeah, so people can take my protocol, and there's more advanced protocols. I can teach more, like on top of this, there's other things you can do, optimization. But the basic protocol, which I taught in this live stream, is incredibly important. It'll make a difference. Gotta do a disclaimer here. Once more. This content is for educational purpose only and does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to eating my own fast baking meal. Homemade meal of the day. You know what, I'm aiming this and starting with one.